Kamen Rider Mike, our first rat/mouse themed writer, who's the MC of a Kamen Rider series based around the Chinese zodiac. And bro, does this have the Kamen Rider community/fan base in a tizzy of enjoyment and hype, because it allows them to have a specific writer to just go and support all out, because each writer is based around the Chinese zodiac year of that animal. So we got one for the year of the snake, the year of the tiger, the year of the rabbit, the year of the dog, the year of the sheep, and much, much more. I'm, of course, going with Mike all the way, not just because I have a bias to the main Kamen Rider character, like Revice, like Geats, like Zets, because they're the main ones, they're the ones whose story matters the most, they're the ones who has the most given to them throughout the series, like the most forms, the most power. But Mike is themed after the rat. He represents the year of the rat. Guess what year your boy was born? The year of the rat. Not only is my real name Raiden, which is, it feels like destiny that I was meant to be a Kamen Rider fan, but to have a Kamen Rider that represents the year of the rat, next, there might as well be a Kamen Rider that represents the zodiac sign for Sagittarius, because that's also my sign. That would be awesome. So, first off, I'll start this video by kind of going over why each animal is where they are and how that could affect the overall story of Mike. But because I can kind of, tend to ramble, I'm gonna actually pluck a few things from the internet to kind of better focus and increase the accuracy of my point. So, enjoy this small vid.
What's your sign? In Western astrology, it's a constellation determined by when your birthday falls in the calendar. But according to the Chinese zodiac, or shengxiao, it's your 属相, meaning the animal assigned to your birth year. And of the many myths explaining these animal signs and their arrangement, the most enduring one is that of the Great Race. As the story goes, Yu Di, or Jade Emperor, ruler of the heavens, wanted to devise a way to measure time. So, he organized a race. The first 12 animals to make it across the river would earn a spot on the zodiac calendar in the order they arrived. The rat rose with the sun to get an early start, but on the way to the river, he met the horse, the tiger, and the ox. Because the rat was small and couldn't swim very well, he asked the bigger animals for help. While the tiger and horse refused, the kind-hearted ox agreed to carry the rat across. Yet, just as they were about to reach the other side, the rat jumped off the ox's head and secured first place. The ox came in second, with the powerful tiger right behind him. The rabbit, too small to battle the current, nimbly hopped across stones and logs to come in fourth. Next came the dragon, who could have flown directly across, but stopped to help some creatures she had encountered on the way. After her came the horse, galloping across the river. But just as she got across, the snake slithered by. The startled horse reared back, letting the snake sneak into sixth place. The Jade Emperor looked out at the river and spotted the sheep, the monkey, and the rooster, all atop a raft, working together to push it through the weeds. When they made it across, the trio agreed to give 8th place to the sheep, who had been the most comforting and harmonious of them, followed by the monkey and the rooster. Next came the dog, scrambling onto the shore. He was a great swimmer, but frolicked in the water for so long that he only managed to come in 11th. The final spot was claimed by the pig, who had gotten hungry and stopped to eat and nap, before finally waddling across the finish line. And so, each year is associated with one of the animals in this order, with the cycle starting over every 60 years. Why 60 and not 12? Well, the traditional Chinese calendar is made up of 2 overlapping systems. The animals of the zodiac are associated with what's called the 12 earthly branches, or 12 地支. Another system, the 10 heavenly stems, or, in fact, you can also have an inner animal based on your birth month, a true animal based on your birth date, and a secret animal based on your birth hour. It was the Great Race that supposedly determined which animals were enshrined in the Chinese zodiac. But as the system spread through Asia, other cultures made changes to reflect their communities. So if you consult the Vietnamese zodiac, you may discover that you're a cat, not a rabbit. And if you're in Thailand, a mythical snake called a naga replaces the dragon. So whether or not you place stock in what the zodiac says about you as an individual, it certainly reveals much about the culture it comes from.
So as you can see, I feel Mike will be one of the trickier type of Kamen Riders, kind of like Geats, being sneaky like a fox. I feel Mike is going to be extremely clever, which is kind of hinted at through his henshin pose, where once he cracks the egg and, transforms into Mike, he kind of strikes a pose where it looks like, his version of the Thinker, where he's kind of crouched down with his hand on his face, being he's making a face like he's trying to figure something out. I think that is to kind of show off how he's gonna be more of a thinker than a brute force fighter. And yeah, it really works with the legend of the Chinese zodiac, how the mice or rat tricked the other animals to get into first place.
Animal, rat, fox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. Your birth year determines your sign, revealing traits like the rat's resourcefulness, the dragon's strength, or the tiger's courage. For example, the rat, first in the race, symbolizes cleverness and adaptability. The dragon, a symbol of power, represents ambition and good fortune. The tiger, fierce and bold, stands for bravery and leadership. These signs aren't just fun facts, they're deeply tied to Chinese traditions, influencing everything from personality to relationships. But here's the twist. Each zodiac sign also has a hidden element, wood, fire, earth, metal, or water, that can reveal even more about you. Want to know which sign is the luckiest?
But, speaking of which, here's something related to the reason why there are pairings. It's not like just the Chinese zodiac, but there are other animals related to myths and legends related to the animals of the Chinese zodiac. So check out this vid from Foul Play, another Kamen Rider content creator.
You know that every mice form is based off its zodiac pairing? First up, ox and frog, which quite literally come from the story The Frog and the Ox. Rabbit and turtle come from the tortoise and the hare. Snake and mongoose is based on Riki Tiki Tavi, which also inspired the Pokemon Zangoose and Seviper. Horse and deer are based on the story The Horse That Lost Its Liberty, while sheep and wolf comes from wolf in sheep's clothing. Monkey and crab comes from an old Japanese folktale about a sly monkey who kills a crab and then gets killed by the crab's offspring. Now, rooster and salmon is one that's kinda out there. It's an old tale from Indonesia about a broken promise between a tuna fish and a rooster. Dog and eagle are based off of Aesop's fable, The Eagle and the Fox. And then lastly, we have mice, who in this timeline isn't a zodiac. But that's because his story has been changed to him being beaten out by the cat, who is now the zodiac.
So as you can see, there is a reason why there are pairings in the Ridex eggs of not just the Chinese zodiac animals, but other animals as well. And it makes sense. That Kamen Rider Myth is gonna be more than just an animal-based series like Ooze or Revice. It's gonna have things related to mythical legends related to said animals. And the one that I feel the series is gonna focus more so on is the relationship between the rat and the cat. Why is Kamen Rider Mao the center point of the zodiac instead of Myth, when Myth, based around the year of the rat, should be the leader, should be the center of the zodiac? And I think it's going to be related to the previous Myth, the one from 100 years ago, who had the Myth driver around his waist. So here's one more video, kind of like keying to that, the relationship between the rat and the cat.
The tale of the cat and the rat in the Chinese zodiac. In the Chinese zodiac, the cat was initially invited to race for a place in the zodiac, but was tricked by the rat. The rat, being clever, promised to wake the cat, but instead left early, ensuring the cat missed the race. As a result, the cat never made it into the zodiac, which explains the ongoing rivalry between cats and rats. The cat's exclusion is why cats dislike rats, and it is said that the rat took the cat's rightful place in the race. The cat's absence from the Chinese zodiac is why many Asian cultures associate cats with good luck and protection against evil, while rats are linked with misfortune.
So as you can see, it wasn't just the ox that the rat tricked into becoming first place in the Chinese zodiac. It also tricked the cat into not having a place on the Chinese zodiac at all. And it explains symbolically why Kamen Rider Mao and Kamen Rider Myth just have it out for each other instinctively. But I just want to know what that will lead into when it comes to the overall story. And I'm theorizing that Myth will have to deal with the actions, the results of the actions of the original Myth, the 100-year-old Myth, because it seems that the current day Myth inherits the Myth driver, and he seemingly has knowledge of the Zodiac Riders, maybe, but he doesn't overall know why the Myth driver was given to him, and the Zodiac Riders don't really know why he has that power. But I feel like the reason why Mao is so, vindictive against Myth, at least the present day Myth, is because he maybe is showing signs of the original Myth, where he's going against the Zodiac. Maybe the original Myth formed the Zodiac riders to fight against I believe the monster's name is the Fukashi or something like that. But then something happened and he ended up betraying the order he made, so Mao had to take his place. Either way, I think it'd be cool if it's like a story of Mike kind of wants to do his own thing. You know, he is a butler serving this family, and he just wants to protect, you know, the head of the family, which is the female protagonist. But he finds, like, you know, a reason to join the Zodiac Riders. So maybe at the end of the series, he will have like his own Zodiac Riders that maybe they all have the belts on their chest instead of the waist. Who knows? But I just think it's like a nice concept, bringing the Chinese Zodiac into, you know, the Kamen Rider universe, and just really like exploring the ins and outs of all of these animal-based mythologies. And I think they have a wide variety of things they can do with not just animals, but just the stuff related to the animals. Here's like a bonus vid kind of explaining that point.
十天干 is linked with the 5 classical elements of metal, 金, wood, 木, water, 水, fire, 火, and earth, 土. Each element is assigned yin or yang, creating a 10-year cycle. When the 12 animals of the earthly branches are matched with the 5 elements, plus the yin or the yang of the heavenly stems, it creates 60 years of different combinations, known as a sexagenary cycle, or 干支. So someone born in 1980 would have the sign of yang metal monkey, while someone born in 2007 would be yin fire pig.
So yeah, like, I think there's gonna be a lot of potential for forms, not just animal theme based, but also the stuff revolving around what the Chinese zodiac means when it comes to yin yang and the Chinese elements of fire, water, earth, wood, and steel. And also, those were my thoughts on the series as a whole, what it could potentially be about. Like, I feel like Myth will start out as a loner, but will eventually become the type to work with others and form his own Zodiac alliance of riders, and that he will also figure out the mystery behind the Myth driver and the Zodiac riders, like their relationship with one another and how that symbolically relates to not just the Chinese Zodiac animals, but, you know, just the myths and legends about animals in general. And yeah, I'm like overly hyped for this series, and I'm thinking that, like, right now Kamen Rider Geats is my favorite Kamen Rider series. Zets is a close second, but who knows, if Myth plays his cards right from, you know, beginning to end, it might just surpass both of them and become my new favorite Rider series. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, if you liked this, you know, full theory crafting video on Kamen Rider Myth based off what we know about, you know, the Chinese Zodiac mythology, then please press that like button, share with other Kamen Rider fans, press that hype button to increase the chances of it being seen by viewers like you, and comment down your thoughts about the series, your theories on what it could be about. And yeah, stay tuned for the next Kamen Rider video that I put out, and the only way you'll know when that happens is by also pressing that notification bell. Until that next video, peace, Kamen Rider fans.
Feel a bodo, to Billy reality boydo. Let's go, come and light the mice, smoking like ice, shaking these eyes, come and light the mice. Come and light the mice, smoking like ice, shaking these eyes, come and light the mice, come and light the mice, smoking like ice, shaking these eyes, come and light the mice. Go to the rider, you know I'm the driver, smoking like ice, shaking these eyes, coming like the light.